Says I'm live. Is the red shirt too much? Hopefully a red shirt's not too much. I'm sure Dane would say it's better than orange camo. Ginger Down Under, good morning. Mr. Todd, my rich friend, is here. Hamash is here. Bean Boy is here, checking in from Pennsylvania. Nate Dogg checking in from outskirts of Chicagoland. Let's see, Tennessee Mike. Tennessee, obviously. Eric is here. I literally I'm still working on the sale. Like I'm waiting on people to message me back. I'm waiting on I'm shipping and stuff. I think we're like halfway through with shipping because there was 40 watches. Not all 40 sold. How many didn't sell? A few didn't sell. Let's see. Odo's here. Dane's here. Number one troll killer. Kevin's here checking in from Florida. Let's see. What didn't sell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of the 40 did not sell. What the heck? Maybe I priced them wrong. Maybe just people weren't interested in those. What were those? So one of the Timex didn't sell. Number 11, the Orient Revival World. I'm surprised that didn't sell. That's like a sought after watch. Oh well. Somebody else will get it. 17 was another one, the Phobos Great Wall. I love that watch. Those are like hard to find, and it's got an ETA 2824 in it. I guess 350 was too high. I might buy that one myself. I don't know. That's weird that one didn't sell. 20 was the Synchron Army. That actually did sell. So that went to Tennessee Mike. So that did sell. Todd says 80% sell rate on the first drop, not bad. Eric says one monster. Yeah, who? Oh, did you get the monster? I didn't ship the monster yet. What number was? So 26. 26 was the Ocean Crawler. I kind of wondered about that one. I priced the Ocean Crawler at $750. It's titanium. You know what? I'll tell you what. If somebody in the live stream wants the Ocean Crawler, I'll do it for $500, which is a lot of watch for $500. So if somebody wants the titanium Ocean Crawler, I'll do it for $500. The Phobos Great Wall with the ETA 2824. I'm sticking with the 350. I think I just need to show it to the masses. I don't. It's not going to happen in the Discord. So number 26 was the Ocean Crawler. Number 29 was the Invicta, the big one. I did it for $75. I don't know, whatever. Oh yeah, the blue, the SRP 455. Yeah, I'm not lowering the price on that. Like that's. I think some of these are like I'm just like that's crazy. What number was that one? That was number. Well, the two 5KXs didn't sell. The Street Fighter at $400 didn't sell, and the Bruce Lee didn't sell at $475. I'll just lower the price on those. I do like the Great Wall, Paul. The Great Wall is actually a really cool one. I'll go grab them in a second. And then the SRP 45, those are super rare, and that one was $750. I can't lower the price on that. Like that's a great monster for $750. So they will just they'll go somewhere else. Can't buy them all, says Mike. Yeah, but there's how many people? The thing is, it's also Memorial Monday, so I know not everybody got to maybe see, or it's Memorial Weekend, I should say, because I dropped these on Friday, so maybe not everybody in the Random Rob Buyers Discord got to see them. How come I can't see? How do I see? I can do it on my phone. I know that. So there's 342 members in there. I would think out of 342, I should be able to sell 40 watches. I'm guessing quite a few people just didn't see it. And Shaken Not Stirred sent me some money. Let me see if I got it. I don't see it, but maybe it went to a different place. Nope, there it is. Yep, got it. So I will message him. Got it. Yeah, so still doing a little bit of work. All right, let's look. Oh, Tennessee Mike said he meant he can't buy them all. Yeah, you snuck in and swooped up a good deal on one. So Dane says, Random Rob giving me Monty Python vibes. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. Yeah, that's it pretty much. This is a Dixon. I got hooked on these bamboo Dixon shirts. They're lightweight, they're comfortable, and they have some pretty cool colorways. It's really cool. Let's see. Hawkfish says it. LOL, you're actually a human. I always thought you were just a pair of hands. Boom, hand model. That, you know what? That could be too, Ginger Down Under. It's probably the combination of that and Memorial Weekend and everything like that. And although I'm offering like the best deals possible, that doesn't mean that people are going to separate with their cash just because it's the best deal possible right now. So Nerd with Swag is here. Thanks for joining. Fedora John obviously is here. Paul checking in from Texas. I'll wait till the end of the week and maybe make an offer. Well, it's off the table. So that's the other thing that maybe people don't understand. There's going to be no offers. So once, like after today, like I'm waiting on a few people to pay. They said they would commit, and then I'll cycle if they buy. That's the other thing. If people say they're going to buy and then I message them and then they just ghost me for like a day or two, I'm actually going to kick them out of the Discord and they won't be able to get back in. And then I'll move on to the next buyer because there's other buyers for those watches. And then whatever watches didn't sell, like whatever it is, 6, 7, 8 of them or something, those are going to get cycled off to the side and they won't be part of any drops anymore. Like those, I'm doing something else with those. So it's this offer and then they're gone. So like I'm not taking offers on watches. I already priced them aggressively. So yeah, once it's gone, Paul. Sorry. Larry C's here. Let's see. What can you say about Raymond Well and the Alpina watches? I like both those brands. I've never owned either one of them, but I've done videos on both of them, and they seem to be pretty good. Yeah, I noticed like when I was doing it, because there was like 23 people in that drawing for the SKX 013. And I seen like literally everybody from the Bay Area crew had put in for it. And I'm like, well, odds are they're going to get it. Where can I find the watches for sale? So you'd go to a video that I posted that explains all of that about the, you go to my channel and I can't link it. Somebody else maybe can link it, but there's a Random Rob Buyers Club. It's a Discord, and there's a video on it. So let's see. Raymond's here. Hi, Rob. This. Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. So now I just connected the dots. You comment all the time, Nerd with Swag. So now I know who I'm working with on the other side. So we're he bought one of the watches in the drop. We're just finalizing the deal on that. Just says private. So just checking to say hi. I like to see the face behind the hands. My newest one is the Wise ADX 120. I think there was a Wise in this sale that I just did too. Yeah, Chrono Craze for sure. It's not the easiest time to sell, even with reasonable deals, but keep trying and they should eventually move. Yeah, I mean, I have, in total, there's like roughly 500 watches, but there's actually more like 600, but I need to work with the owner to see if I can get the rest of the boxes. So yeah, they'll all sell. It's just there's I have many options to work on those. So let's see. That's a pain in the butt. What does that say? Alpha Romeo 15 says that's a pain in the butt if people ghost you. With that said, I hope the one I wanted ghost you. Yeah, depends on which one it is. And again, like I said, it's Monday, Memorial Day, the weekend. People might be out camping, might be with family and stuff like that. So I'm gonna let it sit. I'll get to them tomorrow. They're not probably intentionally ghosting me. They're probably just busy. So that's fine. It was a good weekend to launch, but it was probably a bad weekend for some people to launch the sale. So I get it. I've got a Raymond Whale, happy with it, but resale is poor. That's the case for a lot of watches. It's definitely the case with RW. So you should have expect Fed and Mike to beat me to it. Yeah, it's team effort. Let's see. Thanks for the answer. One last thing. How do I think about FC? Again, that's actually kind of in the same category. They have some great watches. They tank and resale if you're a serial flipper, but if you're not, they're great watches. What's your thoughts? Hey, Doug, what's your thoughts so far on the process, Rob? It's way better than doing the Sunday Fun Day on the main channel and doing the email dance, because in Discord DMs, it's almost more like texting. You know what I mean? Like it'd just be like boop, 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 boop. And then, if there's any sort of like questions or anything like that, it can be quickly managed. I don't know. It just seems this is definitely the way I want to go forward. There's going to be a learning curve on my end with the record keeping and stuff. The way I'm just handwriting stuff down is the way I work, but then I have to translate that over to other forms and stuff. So a little bit of a learning curve there, but this is definitely the path to go. He did not have a shop. He was just a really hardworking guy, and in his downtime, he would probably scroll through watches, and he bought a lot of watches. So it happens. Absolutely, that happens. I mean, I'm slowly working on the wife to buy a Corvette or something else. Had her sitting in a C8 today. So sometimes you got to convince the other person that's in charge of the money. So, oh yeah, she's doing good. She made actually, I don't think I've built any boxes, and I have 20 or 22 shipped. And I have, because she built all the boxes, she built all the other boxes for the rest of the watches to be shipped. So yeah, she's helping. She's doing a good job. Jenner Jones, favorite brand watch from Windup San Francisco. Man, seems like it's already been so long. I can't remember, but there was, and this it's stupid. I didn't buy it, but let me share my screen. I'm going to throw you for a loop on this one because it's not even a watch that was at the show, but it was a watch that I was able to see while I was at the show. So there's a brand called Signum watches, and this is the only one. Seriously, like I remember going to the show and everything, but we were grabbing a quick lunch at In-N-Out, and literally the guy sitting next to me had just gotten this watch, this Signum Cuda Bronze Cathedral in this colorway, as a gift from his brother, and I thought it was awesome. Like it was just mesmerizing. They weren't at the show. It's only a $500 watch. Um, I still might buy one. I don't know. They're limited, I think. I don't even think they. I don't know how many they made, and you can get it in the blue one or the bronze with the brown more colorway. I like that one more, but yeah, that's the one that stood out to me. I just keeping it real. There's a lot of other really cool watches there. I mean, I did buy a watch there, but I kind of don't think of it like tied to that show necessarily. I picked up this Formex white dial, but it's a watch that I've wanted for a while, and I've been talking to Marcus and Raphael about it for like, I don't know, over a year. So let's see. Try to catch up on comments here. Maybe a watch repairman. People don't pick up their watches. No. This is a private collector. This was a private collector, and most of the watches were never worn. So, yeah, you'd be shocked with the people that have like the ability to actually buy a lot of things. They have a lot of money, and they will latch on to something like this where they're doing watches or whatever. Yeah, it can that exactly, Oscar, 100%. Like, yeah, it freaks us out because we might have, like in my case, maybe like 100 watches, or maybe you have 20 watches, and you can't fathom someone having 600 or 5,000 watches. But it absolutely happens with EDC stuff, knives, pens, um, firearms, bags, and I got a bunch of miscellaneous crap laying around too. But shoes, you see huge collectors of shoes and everything, so it happens. Also that, yes. So in the main thread in Discord, and I'll show it on screen here in a minute. If people have questions, then I can address the entirety of the group, because just because you have that question, odds are one of the other 340 people might have the same question. They just didn't know how to ask it. And then I can maybe do a screen share, or Fedora Gent can pop in and explain how Discord works a little bit and try to assist them, whoever, with navigating that system. Dane says, please, for the love of God, don't get a CA. I'm not going to get a CA. Get a real Corvette engine in front, as was intended. My wife actually likes the C7 Grand Sport in white. Probably not going to get one of those. I don't see myself. I don't have anywhere to put anything is my biggest problem. So let's see. I am not super familiar with the Bamford watch, so you'd have to, if somebody in the chat can maybe help out answer. I don't know. Let's see. I like the Formex Essence Carbon 43 green. It's one of those watches for like how much they cost. It to the average person, they might be like, that's too much because it is, carbon and all this other stuff. But once you get to know the owners of Formex and you start to research the product and the brand a little bit more, it's completely justified. It's really cool. G Woody says Signum takes forever to ship. I ordered in San Francisco. Oh, you did order one? You didn't tell me you ordered one, Mr. Woody. I think it's a Miyota 9015. So it's 4 hertz. Best bezel action, the Christopher Ward Aquatine bronze bezel. Yeah, I agree with you. The C Ward bezel action is legit. Collecting stuff as a whole philosophy or psychology on I gotta catch up on comments here. Let's see. Michael's here, Mr. Frogman. Oh, and then there's sports ball going on too. Oscar says, I like the C3 or C4, the one with the rear light square, not round. Interesting. Those are probably my least favorite Corvettes. I was looking even at like the 5th and 6th gen Camaros. There's so many different options out there for cars and stuff. I'm not going to buy anything. I hardly drive the Camaro now. So like I drove it a little bit today, took it to a little car show and had an ice cream and stuff like that. But yeah. All right. So that's the Signum. I should buy it, but I don't have any money, so I probably shouldn't. Now, if I do, Actually, I can just close that. There we go. All right. Collector versus enthusiast drives collection size, in my opinion, says Tennessee Mike. Oh man, we're talking cars now. Review that Signum. Looks fascinating. I would like to review it and get it in. Oh, Greg, Mr. Woody says it's in New York, so he's getting a Signum soon. So maybe when he gets it, maybe I can check out his or something. I don't know that I'm going to buy one. Like, I'm being very, very selective with what I buy. Like, I actually was just at a place where there was pretty much all the brands you could think of. And I was looking at some Panerai. The only thing they didn't have is they didn't have the Luminor 44 millimeter in titanium. I would still like to see one of those, but I didn't have the opportunity to see that. I was wearing my Panerai all weekend, so the Radiomir 574. I still need to do a video on it. A lot of people probably don't even know I have it. So yeah, I was looking at IWC, some Tudor, just some miscellaneous stuff. You still planning on going to Windup Chicago? I heard there's a couple of vendors that are going to be showcasing their new products for the summer. When? Let me look that up. Windup Watch Fair. Let me share screen. Nope. That's not the view I want. Not that one. What's better, that one or that one? Maybe that one. So July 11th, 13th. Let me check my calendar. Oh, that's June. I was like, wait, that's in the middle of the week. I gotta double check it. I thought there was something going on with the family, but I potentially, Paul, will be going to that. If I have the yeah, I should be able to go, maybe. Yeah, he's been cranking out some scores lately. He's gotten some pretty good ones. Dane says Luminors have the goiter on the side. No thank you, Radiomir for me. Kind of agree with you for the most part. Like, I like them, but I don't know that I want to own it and wear it. So I'm still, for the most part, locked in on my watch that I'm going to purchase later on this year in the fall. And I already bought a bottle of bourbon to celebrate if and when I buy that. Let's see. Fedora Giant says some of us are from the Bay Area are going to the LA Intersect. If anyone is interested, that is. Let me go here. Dane, you want to get on that? So LA Intersect is here. Okay, I'll take care of it, I guess, then. Boom. Take care of that. So LA Intersect is Friday, July 18th. The 19th is literally the weekend after. No problem, Dane. You lost your title. Troll Killer #1. Maybe like 1.5. No, I got it. Nobody got it. I got it. You guys are sleeping at the wheel. I got it. So Intersect Los Angeles is going to be July 18th and 19th. That is literally the weekend after the Chicago Windup show. depends on what area of the country you're at, Oscar, or like what area you're willing to travel to. Like if travel's easy for you. Personally, I love DC District Time. That's one of the first shows to kick off. The intersect shows have evolved into some really good shows. They're pretty intimate. The wind-up shows, if you want absolutely, you're in Florida, so I mean, if you have access, I mean, you probably have access to some pretty good airports, Orlando or something, probably not too far, or Miami or Fort Lauderdale, depending on where you're at. But direct flight, I guess, is my point to make it easy on you. But I like DC District Time. It's still probably my number one favorite show. The wind-up shows are just beast. They're overpowered. So they are also very crowded, but in a good way, right? You're amongst peers. The San Francisco show of wind-up is my favorite of the three. I like going to Chicago because it's so kind of close for me. The New York show is bonkers, and I haven't been to the new location. A few people that have been to it are not super happy with the configuration. So, yes, Fedora, please put that somewhere in there. I can't wait to see it. So it really comes down to any of the shows, Oscar. You could go to any of them, and I think you're going to have a good time. I think you'll have a better time if you go to a show that I'm going to be there, and we can meet up and we can hang out, and we can go do something. Because we don't just do the show. We go do other things. So I think it's, take part of that too. So Intersect, you do have to RSVP, and they do tend to fill up. So that's something you need to be cognizant of. You need to plan for it a little bit and make sure you prep for it. And definitely any of the shows, if they have a VIP hour before or after, do that too. Even if it costs money, just do it. That's the best time to go because there's fewer people there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to Intersect Los Angeles. I was talking to Wes. I haven't heard back from him. Maybe I don't know if the ball was in my court. Wes from Notice. So they were talking about maybe trying to get me out there or something. So I might potentially go to that one. We'll see. I've already done a lot of traveling though, and it's just the cost is killing me. I have another question, if it's all right. RW claims they have an in-house movement. Do they really have it, or is it just a Salida movement? So a lot of companies, even Breitling, that new movement they have. So Salida has a company, I forget what it's called. It's a something, but it's a bespoke type arrangement where the brands, so like Breitling or maybe RW, they will work exclusively with Salida's division that will help them design movements for that's only to be used with their brand. It's different than the other movements. And once they do that, then it's technically in-house designed. It's not an in-house manufactured movement. So it's there's a lot of brands that do that. The resources and event, I would say most companies actually do it that way. Yeah, AMT. Thank you, Fedora. So a lot of companies do it that way. There's nothing weird about it. I do need a travel sponsor. I need to be traveled by I don't know, one of the hotel chains or one of the airlines or something. I know it's not going to happen, or maybe just an angel investor. Maybe somebody that's just ridiculously wealthy and they're just you know what? I want to see Random Rob travel everywhere and I will pay for it. I never knew that. Thanks, Rob. So it's like a Ramen Well exclusive. I think. I don't know, but that's based on what you were asking. If they were claiming that, that's probably what it is. I don't know that ETA does that. I think ETA does it only within the Swatch group. So Tennessee Mike said, Longines, is part of the Swatch group. So they'll have their own movement just for, that's manufactured from ETA, which is also part of the Swatch group. Other than that, everyone's got to go to Salida AMT, or they're not doing it now because Ronda got bought out by I forget what company it was, or merged or whatever. So I don't think they're doing any bespoke type movement designs. And then I don't know if Gerard Perregaux, or not Gerard Perregaux. What's the other one? I don't know. I'm bad with remembering the friggin' names of the movement makers. There's other movement manufacturers out there, and they'll do projects like that. Reading some comments. Dwight is here, checking in from Long Beach. Motel 6, Eric says. Tennessee Mike says I should get an orange 747. I don't need that big of a plane. I'd take a smaller plane. LJP, thank you, Tennessee Mike. All right, where are we at here? Is the live stream done yet? I'm already getting tired. I didn't pick anything to drink. All I have is water. And I didn't grab a glass. I can't even pour myself a drink. Oh, Scott, I don't know why I didn't know that. LJP is actually owned by Citizen. I'm not surprised, but I didn't actually know that, I don't think. Or maybe I did, and I forgot. They make great movements. It makes sense that Citizen owns them. Okay. There's a go. See, everybody in the chat knows I don't know shit. Let's see. Mr. Ralph Rosa, I am waiting for the new G-Shock Red LCD King watch to be released in the USA. I have not been following Seikos or G-Shocks or any of those. That legit makes sense because the ones that I keep seeing, that 100% makes sense now, Scott, that you say that, because like I flipped over some and I'm like, oh, that looks like a Miyota kind of, and then I like look up what the movement is, and it's like a GP 101 or whatever, LGP or LJP 101 or something. However they number their movements, but it has that like Miyota vibe to it. La LJP. La Joru Pere. Like, I'm English. I'm from America. I can't say that stuff. Lee Jukes Perret. Question: what are your thoughts? I got to read this. Private, I know you've asked this a couple times. Questions: what are your thoughts on Fair? Absolutely love the brand. I had one recently and I sold it. And the Durham model specifically, I don't know if you're avoiding answering those questions. No, I seen it. It's just there's a lot of chats going on. And you didn't super chat either. Like, drop me $100 or something. Maybe I answer it. I love Fair. I forget what the model was. I don't know all the models. Private, sorry, I don't know that. But they're making some great watches. I will say some of the earlier ones, when I would get them in on the channel, I can't look. They would come in like magnetized, but the one that I bought had like a Faraday cage, so it was like, had some pretty good magnetic protection. So I think they kind of addressed that. So I think you should be good with current models. Travis Trap Vision is here. Thanks for joining. Let's see. What is this? Doug says, I've heard rumor that Seiko is going to release some kind of Jaws themed piece for the 50th anniversary later this summer. Wouldn't surprise me. I did actually have a good conversation talking about new stuff coming out. I did hear, I'll tell you, I don't care. I don't have any. I didn't hear it from my regular Breitling supplier. I heard it from another Breitling boutique in a conversation for any of the Breitling fans out there like me, that new, quote, in-house designed movement, like we were just talking about, that basically Salida built. I did a video on it. They were doing a release of a new complete refresh of a current model in their lineup, and it's going to be utilizing that that movement. So it's going to be the Super Ocean Heritage. So you didn't hear from me. I mean, if the guy just told me, then I'm sure he's telling other people, so I don't really care. Yeah, there's going to be some good releases. There's been some good releases this year, and there's going to be more. So Okay, Homer actually confirms it, and Homer's resource or connection is solid. It is true about the Jaws watch with Seiko. My AD confirmed that. So that will be awesome. Kind of makes sense because it's the 50th year. Jaws came out in 75, so it works. Oh, you guys, we got some new people in the chat. I don't know who these people are. I got to keep a close eye on them, though, because you never know when we get some trolls in here. We got to whack them. So, notice Raven recently dropped their new trail tracker. That's cool. Boom. There we go. Brendan says, random funny watch story. I lost my Seiko Turtle 6 months ago while moving. I moved the couch and found my watch underneath it. There it is. Dane, we are all getting old. 75. I turned 50 this month. So let's see. Whack-A-Troll is a fun game. Well, that's why I have so many like the blue wrenches in there. So I like just let them deal with it. That's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. Where were you in San Francisco? I didn't see you there. Did you even go to? I thought you were supposed to be there. I did not see you. Dane says it turns 60 in March. I wish I was turning 50 again, says Paul. Hey, James Duffy's here. Thanks for joining. All right, what else are we going to talk about? I feel like I did not come prepared. That's typical for like my videos and life and my day job and my after job and all that stuff. Yeah. We're all getting old. Where's all the young bucks? The young people are busy playing disc golf and stuff like that. They're not here playing with watches like us old guys. Traps turning 48. Dang, Dane, you're down way a lot, man. I need to do whatever you're doing. I missed it this year. I forgot what, but it indisposed. I don't know what. All right, well, go next year because I don't know. Hopefully, I'll be going next year. Oh yeah, Max is one of the young bucks for sure. Yes, Dwight. For everybody else that's here, 34 is young. Thanks for joining us. Probably the youngest one in the chat, honestly, Dwight, because I don't think Max is here. Yep. Any good GMTs? Yeah, there's a lot of good GMTs. I think when it comes to GMTs, though, I could be wrong, but I don't think you can beat the Tudor. Like, other than like going with a micro brand and getting like the Miyota if you want the quick set hour, or if you want to go with the quick set date, go with a micro brand that uses the NH34. Other than those as your options, as far as like legit, really good quality Swiss made or GMT, I think you pretty much have to go Tudor. Now, when they first came out, they did have problems with that movement. For sure they did, but they're well sorted now, and you can get on the secondary market, the gray market, used, new, whatever you want to call it. You can get some legit deals on them. Like I paid, like 1,000 less than retail or more. No, less than that. Like 1,500 less than retail on my LHD, and it'd be the same thing with the other GMTs from Tudor. Oh no, like almost none of us that the same name, but like we all have, most of us, not all of it. I don't think you do, but like a bunch of dive watches and everything. And I can't remember the last time I was even in a pool. Like I can't even remember the last time I sunk my hand into the sink to do dishes deeper than the palm. So like my watch doesn't even get wet. So that's where I've actually been kind of gravitating more towards, like you can see with the Formex purchase and the Panerai. I've been really much more interested in non-dive watches, just regular three-handed watches, whether it's a no date or a date. That's been kind of my vibe lately. I mean, I like to see, because it gives you more options, the same way with like say like a chronograph where you just have more complexity going on. It's more like visually stimulating. But yeah, as far as telling the time, it does make it a little more difficult. But sometimes you just want like a little more playful type watch versus just a very simple, easy to read, like, a Murph, a Hamilton or something. But then you also have like, you can go maybe a bit much and you can have like an oil filled U-boat chronograph. You can get a little crazy, you can get a little carried away. But you can have some fun with color on just the three-handed movements. Still be pretty easy to read, and then go with color. So, the Helson. God, let me grab that. Let me grab that real quick. That's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, they're not the same, but yeah, super easy to. Both of them super easy to read, but for sure out of focus. But the Helson's awesome. Thank you for gifting it to me. Trap says, I got a vacation coming up and I'm going diving. So some of these pieces will be tested. Yeah. I would just go diving with like a G-Shock. Boom, done. How was something with a Miyota 9075? I would maybe go. Does Islander use that? Islander has some pretty fun ones. I think they do. Otherwise, I would go with the probably the Notice or the. I don't know who else is using them. Well, and that's why those Grand Seiko GMTs with like that modified 9F quartz movement they were pretty popular. They still are. So I agree with you. They're super accurate, and they keep the time on both of them. So Dr. Bob says, watch buddies around the world. So GMT is kind of fun. I get that too. I usually just do the math in my head. Just got the main ultra thin with the ETA 7001. I'm not familiar with that movement, Mike. Homer says, I too have found that as I've been collecting, I'm definitely getting less to dive watches and more into anything else. Yeah, the scary part is when you start looking at like maybe some really weird stuff. Oh yeah, Paul, how could I forget? The Jack Mason is actually probably one of the best ones out there. The best, I think, case, bracelet, clasp, combination, visible. I agree with you on that, Paul. That's a solid selection with a 9075. Mechanical, no seconds hand. I'm not a huge fan of that look. Dane says, I took my Omega X33 on a trip to Italy, set the digital second time to Italy's time, kept the analog hands to Florida time, worked beautiful. And again, that was actually, I kind of distanced myself from that one a little bit, but I was looking at the X33. Not the regatta one like you have, but just like the more plain colorway. No, they're I had to move things around. It's actually like on this shelf in the back. It's a chaos in here, Nate. It is absolute chaos in here. Like it's an absolute mess. I need to clean it up, get rid of some stuff, stop buying more stuff, and getting whatever. It is what it is. Then I have like miscellaneous links. Like, what do these go to? They're just sitting over here on the desk. I don't even know what these go to. Just a H-link You know what I mean? And then I got like this bracelet's just sitting here. What is? Oh, this is. Never mind. I know what that one is. I got to do a video on that. I got. I'm losing. I got too much going on. What? You guys are talking Dr. Pepper. He's a pepper. She's a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Okay. I need an unpaid intern. Yeah, I joke about that, but like legit, I don't think I want anybody messing with this stuff. I'll do it myself. It's just it gets to this point where it's like kind of messy and chaotic. And then I'll purge, I'll get rid of everything. Like this whole shelf right there. This sounds silly, but like when I'm traveling via vehicle, I'll stop at when you go into fresh into a state. Usually it's a welcome center for the rest stop. So I'll go in there and I'll clean house. I'll grab all kinds of crap like this. It's not for myself. I don't give a crap. I'm not interested in seeing it and stuff. But when I ship to certain people, I'll throw in pamphlets. And all I can think of is like, yeah, when they open the box and everything, one of two things happens. Either they see this stuff and they go like, what the hell? And they throw it away, or they put it aside and one day they bring it into the bathroom. And while they're taking care of their morning business, they're in there thumbing through this literature that I picked up at a rest stop. And they're reading about Frankenmuth, Bavarian Inn, and how world famous fried chicken could potentially be part of a vacation plan that they do. So that's this whole shelf is pamphlets from visitor centers that I send to people. So yeah. So if you're one of the lucky few, but it's not always just Michigan stuff. It's like if I happen to have, like when I was coming back from Dallas, I tried to hit any of the. That's actually a good idea, Nate. I should sign some of them. So, and I'm sure like some people when they open them up, they're just like literally just throw it away. But you should see it when I'm walking out of this visitor center. Like I get looks because I in the future I'm actually going to bring like a shopping bag because I come out and I'm carrying like a stack of like no shit, like it's crazy. So yeah. Well, and that's what I envision like when I send it. Like cuz I don't just like grab it and throw it in the box either. So I think about who I'm sending it to and like what pamphlets and stuff to send with it. So I did stop at a Bucky's. I got a little pin and um I think that's it. I think I just got a pin and maybe a sticker. I can't remember. I didn't pick up anything in San Francisco. Like there was some other stuff well, they're not free. Well, I guess they're free because most of these it's like the companies or whatever they're doing it with advertise, but some of it's used by tax dollars. Joe, you know what? You've probably had it because you've been through Michigan a bunch of times. You lived in Michigan. I've never had the fried chicken in Frankenmuth. I need to do it. Every time I go there, like I'm not hungry. Like I've already done something else and I never stopped to get it. But I should probably go try it because literally there's billboards everywhere and it's on the thing. It's like world famous is what they say. I've heard some other people just say it's underwhelming. So do you still collect the postcards? I do, and I have quite a big like. Actually, some of them have fallen off the wall. Again, when I clean this room, I need to redo that too. Maybe that would be a good job, I think, for my girls to do. Maybe I can get my daughter and my wife to redo the wall because they're definitely more into arts and crafts. No offense, but you're the last person. I don't know. Bucky's didn't really do any like. Yeah, I kind of agree with it. I even got like the brisket there. They're like everyone's the brisket great. And I've watched videos on it and stuff, and maybe that was my downfall is like hyping it up too much. It's it's just a big gas station. That's all it is. I've had way better stuff at small gas stations. So uh, yeah, basically. Basically, I wouldn't say like it's just that. Just like going to In and Out, like if you've never been to one, or things that are a little more exclusive that isn't just everywhere in the United States. I think, yeah, exactly, Todd. It's one of those things. If you have the opportunity, you're driving by one, stop it. Even if you don't need gas, like stop in, top off, park at a pump, go in, grab some junk food or whatever, and yeah, is what it is. Michael Weston says, take it easy. Wawa is a gas station too. Now it's the best restaurant on the side of the Mississippi. Um, some gas station come and go. That one has always thrown me for a loop. There was another one I hit up every time I go to DC and back. I drive up through Pennsylvania and everything. What is that one called? I forget. Sheets. It's Sheetz or something like that. I'm like, man, some of these names are funny. Group of Gamma is actually but yeah, but I mean, pan ripoff or whatever, yeah, they're inspired by or whatever, but they actually make really good watches. I was planning to visit a Bucky's to see them since everyone is talking about that gas station. If you've never been to one, you got to go. Just stop in. Just don't get hung up. You know what I mean? Don't spend an hour there because they literally are going to pull you in, and it's like going to it's not the same, but like I feel the same way when I go to like IKEA and they route you through, and then you next thing you know you're way on the other side of the store, and you're like, what am I doing? I just wanted to come in here and go to the bathroom, grab a water or a soda, and get out. So yeah, so the my co-driver grabbed a bag of those. Now, granted, we were both maybe a little hungover, a little tired, and he destroyed a bag of those. There was just Bucky's nuggets flying everywhere. He was just and just gone. I think he offered them to me, and I'm like, no, man, they're all yours. Tear them up. So, hey, Skylar's here. Thanks for joining. Ginger Down Under says, I refuse to go to IKEA. I mean, you can shortcut IKEA, but even shortcutting IKEA is going to take you hours. It's ridiculous. Oh my God, I got to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze right on the camera. And you guys, your vision will be all blurry. Oh man, hopefully everyone had a good weekend. There's so many good fast food places out there. I stopped at a place I've never been to. Something sliders. What was it called? I don't know. They do like little sliders. I can't remember. Um, it was okay. They had good fried chicken though. There's a lot of really good fast food joints. They're not all gonna make it, but is what it is. I don't really care. Fast food just shouldn't be. White Castle. Yeah, I was around a bunch of White Castles and I've never liked them. 5-minute warning, says Dane. Thank you. Small sliders. No, it's not that. I don't remember what it was called. Something sliders. Oh, it just popped out. Savvy sliders. It was called Savvy sliders. Man, keep going, Richard, man. I'm getting wore out, man. I've been shipping watches all day and then went and drove around and got some sun. Went over and my good buddy that I've known for forever. Today was his birthday, so I went over and said hi to him. And thanks for joining us, Eric. Appreciate it. I will be doing another drop on Friday. I don't know why I do this to myself. So I'll do another drop, probably 40 watches on Friday. So probably going to be maybe a little bit more expensive watches though, because there was a lot of affordable watches on this drop. And I think people took pretty good advantage of that. But there's going to be maybe, they're going to be pushing above or around the $1,000 mark. So quite a few of them, at least 20 of them. And then maybe the other 20 I'll do like, more affordable ones. And then I have some ideas on Doug, I'll try to leave a link after this video loads, just in case you don't see it. I'll put some Willards in it, Michael. So I am thinking, because I have a bunch of Casio watches, and they're not. Hey, Floridian's here from Chicago. They're not really worth a lot of money. So I think I'll see what you guys think about this, but say there's like 40 of them, right? And there might be like data banks, Casio Duros, F91s, all that stuff like that. I might do like bunches of 10 and sell them for like, I don't know, $50 or something. I don't know, like really reasonable price. And I think that'll be a better way to sell the Casios off, possibly even the Invictas. And we'll see what else is available. So I think I'm going to bulk them into groups of like 10 or 20. I think 20 might be too much. I think 10 of them, because maybe somebody's like, oh, you know what? This Boy Scout troop over here or Cub Scout troop over here, maybe I could offload 10 watches there, or maybe easier to mail them too, right? So I think it's going to make more sense to do that. So and I don't know, those will be I'll do those randomly. So like I'm going to do another 40 watch drop Friday, 40 or 50. And then, but the Casio one and stuff like that, I'll do randomly. Oops. And Trap says he's got some people that might be interested in the Invictas, I'm assuming. I don't know if I sent you the list, but there's a bunch of Invicta. So I would be potentially interested in, bulk selling the Invicta. If somebody wants like 5 of them or 10 of them or something, we'll make a deal and get them gone. So, well, and I thought about that too, like a mystery box, like say, if you're buying a watch already, if you toss me like an extra $5, I'll just throw a mystery watch in, but that's going to create more work on my end. I would rather just do a bulk, boom, gone. So yeah, we're going to get you that turtle. I think you already told me which one too. I think you picked one out. Wasn't it the green grid patterned one? I don't know the part number, but I'm pretty sure that's what you said, Skylar. Nothing's for free. Where are we at? Or giveaway with the purchase of a watch. No, I'm not. Yeah, nothing's free. I mean, we gotta be fair about it. Like we have to be reasonable about it. Like somebody actually did actually buy the $10 dead battery Casio, but I'm like, well, pay the guy the $10. That's fine. Pay the owner, and then I'll just hold it aside. So that way, because it's going to cost over $10 to ship it. So I'm like, why don't we just put it aside? I'll put his name on it, and then when you buy another watch, then we can toss that one in. Dr. Bob says, my roommate's big into Invicta. I always list Invicta's positive points when he asks me about them. I'm a good friend. There's nothing wrong with Invicta. There's some good ones in here, and they're affordable. So I've worn them. I have no problem with them. Well, that's not true. I do own one Invicta. I own a 1953. So, all right, there's nothing to loom up. So I think we're done. I think I'm going to go now. This party's lame. Did you guys have any last minute questions? I got to go back to work tomorrow. I do not want to go back to work tomorrow. It was a nice weekend. It was a busy weekend. Hopefully, you guys had a very busy weekend too. Hopefully, you didn't relax. I know a lot of people would be like, "Oh, that's hopefully you had some downtime." No, screw that. I hope you worked your ass off all weekend long. Will Carey's at work, and then I hope you have to go to work tomorrow morning early, just like I do, and then work all day, and then come home and do a second job or work overtime. I hope all you guys have to do that. You should work 2 jobs. I don't want to hear any excuses. Go to work. Stop watching me. Go to work.